Joseph Crudup Show is on May 13, 2020, is on a Wednesday. And I here to announce that I was just announcing that I heard the news about the Major League Baseball will start on July. The beginning of July will be about 2 months from now. Although I never heard everything about, but why not? Again, I mean, look, they're not going to have 162 games this year. They're going to have, I don't know how it's happening. MLB commissioner told us today that we have 80 games this season, including, that sounds funny to me. That sounds fine to me, folks. We can, they can start this all over again for one bit. I'm saying this, wow. And it says it might happen. It might happen right now. It might happen, but it will happen in July, as we understand. And of course, I have said this over and over. And when we're all going to get all those fans back? The answer is no. I just said no the whole time. And yes, no, we're not going to have those fans. We're not going to have those fans on the field. We're just not going to have it. We're just going to have a wonderful time in baseball. I always know that look, fans outside in baseball won't be allowed this year. We all know it's an NFL season. Hopefully, I hope not, but I hope so. The school that they just said the baseball thing, that's Major League Baseball, will start in July with 80 games. So we have to wait and see what it's going to feel like, what it will look like, and what this season looks like for days to come. So, on one good reason, you just don't know, folks. You just never know. And I gotta say, anything, it's all about something, and it's all about everything. But I also got to remember what has happened, folks. What the heck has happened in all these years? Now we're gonna go for that one, and it says, let's see, we have Illinois Government JB Porcesco shares to go to the players for opposing MLB's reveal shelling plan, saying they own it to vernacularly is false. Former All-Star first baseman Mark Telesky ordered the players to bow down to MLB owners and accepting to revealing sharing proposition for the good of the country. Never mind that he earned $213 million in his career. Yeah. Saying all to stay at home order will be extended for 3 months. So who will have imagined that the most peaceful talks of the day were between MLB and the players' union? Spent 2.5 hours discussing health and safety issues and testing protocols. But no decisions seen as well. MLB players have revealed and sharing fight on hands. Maybe it's a sign of peace and transparently before spring training tour is the Scott Balls, who represent about 100 major league players, told USA Today Sports that all of his players are preparing to play right now and are willing to squeeze in as many as 124 regular season games through October on one condition: they would not accept a penny less than their cooperative salaries. They agreed to owners filing negotiations with the owners on March 26th. After disagreement was reached, Ballers told USA Today Sports with a dynamic and said, "Hi, want to realize the games and socializing the losers. The biggest concern he hears for his players for attesting and safety measures during the season, but considering they are taking high risk, believe it's unfair to ask them to assure any future financial hits. They already were on to lose 40% of their reversion if the season is played with no fans. There's a second wave of COVID-19 and the season is shut down. It will be disastrous, losing all of their postseason TV rights fees. We're talking about heavy losses. One on told USA Today Sports on the condition of the minors because negotiations are private. There are teams that will lose about $100 million during the regular season if we play with no fans and the player salaries stay the same. Ballers argues that perhaps only a handful of teams might actually lose money in consideration of the social roles of franchise for live content. He says maybe teams will give an to switch and advising rights. Every owner has at least double or quarter barley in their mind, where every core gallon is $700 million to $2 billion in unquote. Bull said, it never has there been a suggestion about sharing those games with players. They want to prize the games. This is the only time it has come up. If I'm the owner of the company, I don't ask my employees in a downtime due to the virus to bear the cost. I pay them their salaries. That's what every business owner does. You don't socialize their employees. Players have already made compliances. They have been considering in their message, not deserve a future pay cut. No matter what Bulls former client said Tuesday on ESPN, players need to understand that if they turn this deal down and shut the sport down, they're not making anything and losing an entire year off their career. And no, he's not playing card, saying any talks of reveal sheriff or official ridiculous will be a non-starter. The problem is that you have people all over the world taking pay cuts, losing their lives. Frontline workers putting their lives at risk. Jackson said, "These are unprecedented times. This is the one time that I realize it's not that crazy. If you really think about it and boil it down to what the players usually get from the reverse standpoint. It's actually lower than 50% of the baseball reviewers for a full season. So, if I'm the player, I don't like it. But I'm going to do whatever I have to do. He's disappointing in many ways that players are holding out for these very high salaries and payments during the time when I think everybody's side of it. Well, the truth is that the players are simply trying to climb on the salaries that already neglect. But why let facts get in the way? There will be plenty more with higher probability and granularity in the next few weeks and negotiations between the UN and MLB get hot and heavy. Then no matter what is altered, no matter what angry declarations are made, the owners and players are desperate for the season as much as the fans. The owners believe they will lose about $125 million in the team if no season is played to sustain those losses during the regular season and the postseason was in blood. Okay, moment please. Okay, and about $100 million during the regular season if they play with no fans. The rest is if they sustain those losses during the regular season and the postseason was abruptly canceled. It could lead several owners to possible bankruptcy. Now, the players will lose everything but the $280,000 they have received by May to pay cut. They believe they'll be losing their rights and lawyers in the upcoming talks, and their casualties being an agreement expiring on December 1st, 2021. And I say it again, the players will lose everything but the $280,000 they have received by May 24th. If there is no season, but if they would agree to pay a cut, they believe they'll lose and leaders in upcoming talks with their collateral will be a long way to go to the next year, to the next 2021. It's just by like 20 months. Boy, I believe the season depends largely on the information the UN leadership receives, Bell said. And then the UN leadership and players' intentions have never been more on the same page. This is the most collaborative the players have been on that just that. So yet, so yet, and their support of the UN leadership has never been built. The players want to play. The owners, at least the ones I talk to, want to play too. Let's don't waste any more time. It's time to go. So what they're saying about this, I don't know what the everything's talking about. I think the players and the owners. I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why they have to play 80 games, and if the second wave of the coronavirus comes on the second wave, they will postpone the postseason. They will lose everything. The players will lose everything. They're going to lose everything in their minds. We don't know for sure. We don't know how. We don't know when. But it's just tough. This is a tough situation in the MLB baseball. I don't know for sure. The Cubs and the White Sox don't play on home time because of this situation. It's not safe in the field. And the California baseball, Dodgers, Angels, Athletics, Giants, they're not here playing the field. So what's going to happen was we're going to see, we're going to find out, and we're going to see what happens, and that's what the owners say. And I just don't get it, for real. I know it's kind of sucks. I know it's kind of bad. And it's a sad time for everybody. And I don't know for sure. I said the players will lose everything. It scares me to death for sure. Really scares me to death. And for sure, it is just not happening. But let's see what happens. And I think I gotta go. That's all I gotta say for now. Joseph Crudup here. I'll see you tomorrow.